Those that have taken the bipolar in order course and have created bipolar in order in their lives are at a tremendous advantage when it comes to travel. First of all, we understand the concept of introspection, which means we're capable of seeing ourselves. We can see the flaws, we can see what we did right and what we did wrong, healthy, and not beating ourselves up. And that is a huge advantage, that we're going to make mistakes. We always make mistakes. But knowing how to see those and use those as ways to grow without beating ourselves up is one of the great advantages that bipolar in order brings to the table. Well, another one is we understand the relationship between how intense our states are, how aware we are of those states, how well we understand how to function during those states, and how well we actually do function. So that ability to see the relationship between intensity, awareness, understanding, and functionality is huge, but it doesn't stop there. We also have the ability to become more comfortable in all of our states. So we have the confidence that we can function in those states, even the ones that are starting to get more intense for us. And that comfort of ourselves and our ability to function makes the people around us more comfortable. So when we travel to see them, they're not all stressed out, worried that we're going to freak out on them, because we've shown them that even if that travel pushes us into outside of normal range states, we're not going to lose it. We understand the value of all of our experiences, so that when we do go into triggering situations that make us angry or make us sad or challenge us in various ways, we not only see them in a very clear way, we see how these things are helping us to become better people. The other thing is we understand time, and we understand how, as time goes during our trip, we're not going to be as confident in our ability to still function. So we know how to use time to our advantage. We know when it's time to back off and try to turn our states down. We also know when it's time to allow those states to happen. So a night where we went out partying all night isn't going to blow our whole trip. We've got freedom now to actually live our lives on those trips and let ourselves outside the boundaries for a little while, and knowing that we're not going to flip out and lose it. So we have an awareness built up of what our behaviors are, and we've created this thing called in order versus disorder. We know the kind of person we really want to be, and we know what it takes for us to be that person. And obviously, travel is one of the biggest challenges. Sometimes we're with our family and they're the people who trigger us the most, but when we have mastered the in order versus disorder part, we have the ability to recognize the times where we're not really fully living up to those people that we want to be, but not so far out there that we're losing it and making the people around us uncomfortable. We're holding ourselves to a higher level of functionality, and it shows, and it really makes it work for us. Well, another part of that is we've got this awareness of our states. So we're not missing the signs that we're starting to move outside of our comfort zone. We can handle being outside of our comfort zone, but not way outside. So since we've got this ability to notice as soon as we're starting to step outside the comfort zone, that gives us the chance to do something about it. Well, one of the things we do about it is we've got tools that we know work, that we know we can turn down those states. And those of us that are really skilled at it don't need to turn to the extreme tools. We can use simple tools like going for a walk or meditating, or there's hundreds of tools that we've learned to perfect that we didn't have to turn to something powerful with side effects like a strong medicine. But we do know when it's time to do that. So we've got this combination of the ability to see ourselves without beating ourselves up, the ability to understand how all of the different pieces of bipolar in order fit together. We've got that awareness of our behaviors and our accountability to making our behaviors work, which makes ourselves and the people around us more comfortable during that travel. We've got that ability to know our states and turn them down with the tools when we need to. We understand how much time we can allow ourselves to be in those states before we needed to turn it down. That gives us that ability to go out and party sometimes and really let ourselves go, knowing that tomorrow we'll take the action to turn it down. We see the advantages in all of our states, and we also have a realistic plan for how we're going to get there. Part of that realistic plan you can see in the planning before, during, and after phases of this course, where we're saying, we know that we should start out with a travel that only takes a couple of days and proves we can do it. So those 8 pieces of bipolar in order all become an advantage for us. Another advantage we have when we master bipolar is we can deal with jet lag and it doesn't freak us out like it used to. We can deal with going to places and not sleeping. When I would travel, I would take advantage of every moment of that travel I could. I would stay up all night and go explore the town, and I would still work the next day because I could handle the hypomania that it was creating, and I knew how long before I had to make sure I got plenty of rest and made it work. So for me, being bipolar was really a tremendous advantage for me when I would travel. So it can be for you too. We just have to master all of those parts. So bipolar in order, the concept and the course for it is an 8-part concept and an 8-part course. Mastering that makes travel so much easier. But even those of us who have taken the bipolar in order course, the ideas in this course, just take those concepts and apply them to the concept of travel. So if you keep that in mind, bipolar in order and travel can be the greatest thing there is. We've got advantages over everyone else in that we can let ourselves take advantage of some hypomania and really have a great time in our travel, yet keep our behavior in control so that the people around us aren't even noticing that we are using our bipolar advantage without inflicting any negative behaviors on them. That's what bipolar in order can do, and that's where travel can be one of the greatest things in our lives again. Thanks for taking this course. I hope it makes a difference in your life. I look forward to the live sessions where we can talk about this in detail, and I look forward to helping you make your travel plans and helping your travel to become a wonderful part of your life. Thanks again.